Hot diggity dog, guys. It's the Saber Roar. My name's Joe.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jack. Thank you for joining us.
Overcrowding has been a growing problem at FHS that affects both students and faculty.
External evaluations have projected that FHS will reach up to 1,850 students in the coming years. This is a considerable difference to the school's current optimal capacity of just under 1,600 students. The increase in students will continue to affect both teachers and students.
We have teachers in the building that are in multiple classrooms and therefore need to bring their materials with them on a cart from class to class. That's very doable, but at the same time, when teachers have materials that they're very used to using, it is nice for them to be in their own classrooms.
Problems like these and others, such as packed classrooms and congested hallways, affect all users of the high school and cause a need for change.
Obviously, expansion of the school, creating more learning spaces would help.
Some other growing cities have needed to move to trailer classrooms to accommodate growing populations. Mr. Nowak said that in most regards, the way the school is operating now works, but in the future, the school will need to adjust and become more efficient.
Franklin High School had 2 referendum questions that were passed in this fall's election. The high school will be renovating academic spaces and will be adding an auditorium and art space. The building will be completed by 2015, which will bring the capacity of the building to approximately 1,850 students and give the high school room to grow.
On the bright side, all of these extra students are a great help for school activities, such as the Fall Luncheon. The Exploring Foods class offers this hands-on activity to teach students how to work in a real restaurant.
This fall at Franklin High School, the Exploring Foods class held its first luncheon of the year.
We have 2 luncheons each semester. One luncheon is featuring salad, and one luncheon is featuring soup and sandwiches.
The luncheons run over all 3 lunches and only average about 30 people per lunch. While some food is made in advance, most of it is made on the day of the luncheon.
Only the Exploring Foods class runs this luncheon, and they are learning about food service. So each time we have a luncheon, the class rotates jobs.
The luncheons not only provide a fun educational experience for the students involved, but they also create an inexpensive, tasty lunch for the patrons.
Although the first luncheon has come and gone, there are still 3 other luncheons this year. Listen for the school announcements for your chance to sign up for the next luncheon.
It's the beginning of another day at FHS. Student parking has and continues to be a huge problem for students at Franklin High School. With a limited number of spots available, the administration is left to decide who gets passes.
We rate priority in terms of class, so seniors have the most direct priority over spots.
The administration then decides which juniors get the remaining spots based on a variety of factors.
We take into account things like extracurricular involvement, academics, behavioral history.
The scarcity of parking passes has led to an increasing number of students parking on Drexel Avenue.
It's a safety concern for us. We've been lucky to this point. At the beginning of the year, we had some complaints from community members saying that students were walking across lawns. Made an announcement, worked with students, and from what I understand, that situation has improved.
Although the situation may be improving, student parking on Drexel remains a substantial concern for administration and parents.
The upcoming high school renovation project should help alleviate some of the parking issues in the next few years. In the meantime, we urge students to make sure that they stay safe while parking on Drexel.
Athletics and other activities are a huge part of a student's high school experience. Some students are able to take their capabilities further and compete at the college level.
FHS has had multiple students sign letters of intent this year. A letter of intent is a written commitment to attend and play a sport for an NCAA-recognized college.
We so far have had 4 outstanding student athletes sign letter of intents. We've had Melanie, she's going to be diving next year. Evan and Ty will be playing baseball, and then Cassidy will be playing basketball.
Each of these athletes has been recognized as being in the upper percentage of their given sports. But these athletes have excelled in more than simply their athletic ability.
They are, top in their class academic-wise. They've great character, very positive, approachable, great team players. I'm very proud of them and wish them the best of luck.
The school would like to congratulate these athletes for their achievements and look forward to seeing where other FHS students decide to go to college.
We have the technology here at FHS to make our own mechanical robotic arms.
Every year in the class Engineering Systems and Robotics, students make a robotic arm out of wood which they use to complete various tasks. This project teaches kinematics, which is the movement of an object. It also teaches the 6 degrees of movement. The project is made up using syringes for movement, basswood for the structure of the object, and masonite board for the base.
The purpose of the project was to get together as a group and build a robotic arm that would pick up 12 items and place them exactly where we wanted. So it's kind of just like the real world, a pick and place machine.
This project is very difficult. It was a lot of math and it was very team oriented. It was basically just learning how to work with different people and trying to make a project out of it all. And I mean, we did a pretty good job.
Now that they mastered their skills with the robotic arm, they will be moving on to a RC car.
Hey Jack, that news story inspired me to create my own robot arm.
With very little time to prepare for their fall performance, Jazz Band was scurrying to get it together.
This year's Fall Jazz Band concert was held in the multi-purpose room, where Mrs. Umhafer, the band director, selected music that friends and family would enjoy.
For the fall concert, we only have 5 weeks to prepare this music since we start at the beginning of October. So it's somewhat beginning pieces for the year, but it was still really challenging music. So my inspiration for this concert was just to provide a wide variety of music, many different styles that can set the tone for the year, and we can continue to progress with more challenging pieces from here.
Mrs. Umhafer is excited for the Jazz Band students to keep up the great work.
Well, shucks, that's all the time we have. I'm Joe.
And I'm Jack. Y'all come back now, you heard.